another episode of Chef It Up. I'm Ayanthea Smith, and of course, we're here in the ILTV studios in the kitchen where I like to be because here's where we chef it up. And with me once again is Chef Jamall Petty, who already got the stove going over there. I see some water boiling. What are we making today?
See my new muscles?
No, I didn't see your new muscles.
The tighter the shirt is, the more my muscles just... But really, what we're gonna do today is kind of a bit of a French Bahamian spin on a classical dish.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do some fish, what they call fish in Papillote. What that basically means is you're gonna take whatever kind of fish and you do something they call a paper bag cooking.
Okay.
Where they cook it in a paper bag or in foil.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that's pretty cool that you could do during summer that still has a bit of a gourmet-ish kind of look and feel to it. And we're gonna serve that with some smashed root vegetables. Yeah, we're gonna use lionfish again.
You know, a lot of people are afraid to eat lionfish, but it's edible. You know, you can eat it. Of course, the spines on it is, I think, venomous or poisonous. I can't remember which one. I got row for not knowing the difference before. But once you cut them off and you get the meat, it's one of the most absolute tastiest, delicious fish I've ever had in a while. And
yes.
I'm excited to get that going. So what are we gonna do first here today?
Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, you're the onion girl.
Okay.
There you go.
Got it.
So we're gonna cut up some vegetables, and I would take the root vegetables. We're gonna use some sweet potato, some Idaho potato, and some little red skin potatoes. There's like 3 different kinds of potatoes.
So we're gonna do our vegetables first.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the vegetables first because that's probably gonna take the longest with all of the cooking that we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
So I'll just get the potatoes out. Now what I did, this is pretty cool. Now they have some people who, some people make like country style potatoes, which I absolutely love for the one reason.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is you don't have to peel it.
More dicey?
Well, it's sliced dice. Well, for this one, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so I'll just have fun with it. So you say you never was interested in cooking in school?
No, well, at that time, like all of the men did manly stuff. Like we were into woodwork. You know, nobody wanted to go to needlework.
Oh, guys.
No one wanted to do typing or anything like that.
No one want to go to cooking class.
Right. You realize how important that stuff is, you know, like after you come out of school.
Yeah, when you got a woman.
Now, what I do, this is pretty cool, is I help to add some flavor. I put a cube of the chicken bouillon.
Okay, just drop it in?
No, well, you can break it up.
Okay.
You see, so that adds some character to the potatoes. You wouldn't need as much salt, but it adds a lot of flavor to it. Like, I'm a flavor junkie. I go, you know, crazy for flavor. Once it's flavorful, that's kind of what it is that I want. All right, so we have that boiling. We have the onions on. Now, this here is, guess what?
It looks like broccoli, but not quite like broccoli.
Yes, this is what would happen if broccoli and asparagus had a baby. It's called broccolini.
Okay.
Yeah, it has the long stem.
Not brossagus, no? You know how they merge things?
Asparagus.
Sorry, still a joke.
That's the last name. That's the last name.
That's the last name.
Right. The first name is broccolini. Asparagus.
Broccolini, brossagus. What are we doing with the broccolini?
Oh, what we're gonna do with the broccolini, we're gonna blanch these really, and that just means we're gonna shock them in some hot water, take them out so that they could retain the color. Okay. So this would be the liquid that we would blanch our vegetables in.
And this is just hot water.
That's just some hot water.
Okay.
You could drop a little bit of that, and this would be in the food store, right where you would find the broccoli. But this also makes whatever it is that you're preparing or eating somehow have some kind of a gourmet flair to it. You know what?
So what's the difference between
She's got the handshake and everything.
I got it going on. What's the difference between broccolini and broccoli?
Difference between broccolini and broccoli? Okay, the broccoli is the father.
Okay.
Broccolini is the baby.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Different generation.
Looks like it's dad, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
a little younger.
Not like some parents.
Oh goodness. Leave people alone.
Okay.
So we're gonna put our broccolini. We're gonna shock it, like you say, and of course this is just hot water over here
with some garlic.
With some garlic and a little bit of salt. And this is Chef It Up. We'll be right back. We're gonna get our broccolinis ready to go in the pot. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Chef It Up. I'm here in the kitchen with Chef Jamall Petty, who we're experimenting with some paper bag cooking. That's what it's called?
That is the French style, Papillote.
Papillote, and we're doing a fish in a pouch. Pretty much that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just a nice little sexy fish in a pouch that you could grill or bake or pan sear, whatever it is that you do. You just put it in a pouch and it swells up to let you know that I love you.
Good. And so we started out with our root vegetables that we're going to make into a mash. That's what we're going to do. And so we have some Idaho potatoes, some sweet potatoes in here. They're boiling down, getting real soft. And we were about to do something with these broccolini.
The broccolini, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is what you want. You want when you see the water begins to get a little cloudy like that, that's the time when you know you need to take it off because the starches would begin to come out of the potato and then you wouldn't be able to use them. So I'll just throw those away and we can start this over again.
No, he put it in a strainer. He put them in a strainer, okay?
Yeah,
he did not throw them away.
You totally fell for that, right? No, I didn't throw them away. There you go, I had a strainer in the sink.
So you strain that off.
You know, I shouldn't let you see when I put the strainer in.
I have to look up for my people.
Okay. So I like to work with potatoes when they're still hot.
Okay.
Because once they begin to get cold, they begin to become disgusting and that's not what you want.
Okay.
So you can take the whisk, you can just take a stab at it.
Just start. Okay.
Beautiful. And I would even take some of this sour cream. Now what you do, this is like the getting the potatoes in the mood. You give it that first couple of mashes, yeah? And then you see how you like that? Like that?
I think he likes it.
That, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you want to take some of the sour cream. Add that there. You can take the spoon. Because what we want, since this is smashed potatoes and not mashed potatoes,
okay,
you want it to still have some texture.
A little bit of girth in it. I like that. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so you could stir that up. A little bit of, I would say, a little pinch of butter. Now I use sour cream because sour cream, okay, it has all of the wonderful, beautiful things that you would find in milk, but it also has a bit more richness to it.
Yeah, the texture, it doesn't make it runny like milk probably would have. So I see that.
Okay, so it's looking good. I'll sprinkle in a little dash of oregano. And let's see what
why is it looking like this is almost done?
It actually is almost done.
This is a really quick dish to make. Just literally just boiled, add some sour cream, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and we just had a little bit of stock in there. Now what you could do, of course, after we mix it up, we give it a little taste to see if we need to add any. There you go.
I got some.
Oh, you got it, okay. Impressive.
I like it.
This is what it looks like?
Yeah.
Any salt?
Just a tad.
Just a tad? Okay.
Yeah.
Give us a tad. Let's see what a tad looks like.
Just a tad.
So you want to add just a tad bit of salt?
That's a tad.
Okay.
Salt especially.
I trust you. All right, so now we have the...
So that's done?
Right, that's done.
That's done. Our
First
smashed
part
potatoes.
done.
That was so fast and so easy. So
Right,
we
you
just
go that way.
this way.
So our broccolini, of course, we're going to add that to our little hot water bath that we made earlier. You know what will be pretty cool with that now that I think about it? If we put a pinch of...
Black pepper.
Cracked pepper, yeah. Yeah. So if you want that little bite of pepper when you're eating,
Yeah.
then I would open it up a little more and then you get that. I'd even
And this is a fun way to do mash or smashed potatoes, and it gives it a little bit of color, you know.
Yeah.
The orange from the sweet potato really makes it fun and festive. So I'm a mashed potato kind of girl, so this is exciting for me.
Listen, I say there are two different types of people in the world. Junkin was a huge festival that happens here in the Bahamas, and you're either a Saxon or you're a closet Saxon. Okay, so you could take the broccolini, and what you want to do, you want to I would say we probably could cook half of it, and you want to just leave it in. Here, you're gonna need those. Maybe we could trim it up a little bit, give it a little trim. Chop some of the ends off.
Okay.
I'd say let it be about this long.
Okay.
I would put like a half of a handful at a time. This is a very fat fish.
So just put it in face down?
Face down, side down, it doesn't make a difference.
Just throw it in?
Yeah, you
so
just
how
throw it
long
in.
do we leave them in there? Since you say we're only trying to shock them, so how long do they stay?
They could stay in there for, I would say, about 30
seconds. So put all in?
About 50 seconds.
Let them all go in one time then?
Yeah, if you could get all in there. Once they're covered, they're okay.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be like a little hot water bath for them.
Just make sure they're covered then.
And again,
What does this do? Like, what is shocking The vegetable, what does that do?
Yeah, what it does, it actually allows you to keep the beautiful green color
Okay.
that you would get.
Nice.
So, because sometimes when you cook it, you know, it ends up looking bland. But when
Yeah,
you
like that
shuck it,
dusty green color.
now, those are two of my favorite things. Those are pimentos and capers. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use that stuff to elevate our veggies. And some stuff we're gonna put on the fish. So this is
Chop
our
up some of the
beautiful
pimento.
lime fish fillets.
So this is my onions, my tomatoes, my pimento here. What am I doing with this?
You're gonna chop up a couple of capers to go with that. And
Okay.
that is gonna go with our vegetables.
So these chop as well. Okay.
And get some salt, some pepper. This is what is gonna make our paper bag. So we're gonna use some foil for the paper bag.
I just want to stick a pin right there, though we have to take a break, but of course we have our pouched fish going on here. We'll be right back. This is Chef It Up. And we're still here in the kitchen with Chef Jamall Petty. Of course, this is Chef It Up. We are midway, I guess, into our dish today. We have our smashed potatoes. They're done. We finished that a little earlier in the show.
Yep.
We also have our pouched fish that we're going to get to in a minute, and our
Papillote. Yes.
and our root vegetables that we're going to deal with right now, right? So I cut up some onions and some tomatoes for you, some pimento, and also some capers, right?
Great.
So I'm just going to get this together for you. And where is this going?
What we're gonna do is almost like we're gonna create a little pressure cooker with the foil, with the fish in the foil, so that the pouch, or it being in that little pouch, it will force the moisture and the flavors in there.
Okay.
And we'll almost have like the flavors that you would have in boiled fish.
So I should slice these
Yeah, you can slice them.
or dice?
So I just rub some of this salt and pepper mixture on the fish. This is kind of how like Grammy them would do it, where they just mash up the salt and the pepper together.
That's be the best food though. Like no recipe, no rules,
Right.
no thought, just cooking.
You know, and that's the beautiful thing about food, you know, like over the years, like no matter what country you came from, like everybody's family recipes, they actually represented the country in some way or the other. Like for instance, in Italy they have pasta. We have our own pasta. Our pasta is like peas, soup, and dumpling. Because the dumpling is very much a pasta. That's exactly what it is.
I love dumplings.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Put a little bit of butter in there and some of that fennel.
The fennel and the onion?
The fennel and the onion. We even could put a little piece of a tomato that you cut earlier, and I'll spread the butter on there so that the butter could kind of coat it. This is gonna make it nice and moist. And I love butter with fish.
Me too.
You know, one of my other favorite dishes is butter poached anything. So this is how we basically gonna make the little pouch. So I'm gonna open that up.
All right.
I'll help.
So here goes the fennel and the onion and
And the
the
tomato.
tomato.
So all of that goes on there.
Ah, beautiful.
And so this one is probably gonna finish first.
How
I
long?
wait?
How
I should
long?
wait.
Yeah. How long do we leave it inside there?
Ooh, that is hot. We leave it until the pouch swells up. Once that pouch swells up, we know that it's done. The heat kind of just circulates inside the foil, so that like every part of the fish would be cooked.
Okay. This is a good, well-rounded meal as well. You have your starch, you have your vegetable, you got your protein.
And those are gonna basically take care of itself. So the next thing we're gonna do, hit this with some olive oil.
Perfect.
And olive oil for this is beautiful because this ties right into this French kind of flair that we're going with. You know?
Cool.
So olive oil just because, and butter because we have a big budget.
So what goes in here first?
The first thing, you mean the veggies?
Yeah.
Okay, the onions and the peppers would go in.
Yeah, and this was the onions, the capers, the pimento, and tomato that I chopped up a little earlier, right?
So since we pre-cooked the broccolini, the only thing that's gonna happen with those that we're gonna toss those inside that once it's once the veggies are already sauteed.
Okay.
And then yeah, man, all of them could just love on each other. So you want to put those in.
All right.
Because I see it's starting to sizzle, and I could hear these guys just bubbling in the background.
Them fish over there.
Yeah. That's fish saying thank you. I could understand fish. No liquid. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So we turn that up real high.
Nice.
Crack some pepper.
Some pepper over there.
And then you could sprinkle some of that salt like how you do your chef stuff.
All right.
Like by the time we get back, it'll be like, you know, this is cooking up with Chef Anthea.
I know if I'm ready for all that pressure.
Yeah, with this salt drop right here.
I am just a great salt dropper, that's all, okay?
A professional salt dropper.
A professional salt dropper. But thank you so much. This is Chef It Up. We'll be right back, and I think we're going to be wrapping up our meal after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Our kitchen smells so good right now. This is Chef It Up, and we're in the kitchen chefing it up, making some amazing food. We have our vegetables going, our fish is going, our smashed potatoes been done. I can't wait to taste those. And our fish is just about done, right? Our pouched poupliette fish.
You see how it's swelling up?
Yes.
That means,
why is it swelling?
That means I'm ready.
They're ready to go.
That says eat me.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and so the last thing we got to do now is just finish up with our veggies, and we'll be good to go. So our broccolini that we blanched earlier.
Yes.
They're now dropped in this little pan with some onion, some tomatoes, the capers, and some pimentos. So
we can add a little bit of butter to that.
A little bit of butter.
Yeah.
All right.
Butter is a beautiful thing. And you want to sprinkle some salt.
Some salt?
Yeah.
Go for it.
We'll get some saltiness from the capers. And we get a little bit of black pepper in there. Where's that salt?
There you go.
Okay. Now, I'll sprinkle the salt because every time she sprinkles it, I feel like I'm with Chef Anthea. Okay.
You jealous of my salt sprinkling action?
Yeah, don't worry. If I come with some gold hair, you probably catch feelings too.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Okay. So.
This smells really good.
Yeah, it does. I think we could almost take this out of the way for now.
All right.
This is looking beautiful.
So we let that sit, or?
So, yeah, what you do the little chef shake.
I ain't got my chef shake down packed. So you got it.
No, man, come.
No, I don't want you to get jealous of my salt nor my shake. So you go for gold.
No, watch. I'd say we add just a little bit of water.
Okay.
Just to steam them up a little bit. Not much, just a little
just a
tiny
drop
drizzle.
Of water, yeah.
Right? Now, that's how you start. This is like primary school there. You do the little stir. You do it around and around.
Like that?
All right, now once you get the little round and round circular motion down pat, then you can graduate. Now, look, see, this.
I graduate myself.
You know, that's it.
But that looks good though, that looks good.
Watch this. Now, I could do something, and this is what I've kind of learned over a couple of years in culinary. I could throw this up and it land back in the pan.
Let me see.
You want to see? Go back. Ready?
Don't try this at home.
I won't try it either. So come on.
You just fake me out?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I see a plate. This smells good.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and begin to plate this awesomeness.
Food time.
Yeah. Your favorite time, right?
My favorite time.
Okay, you do the easy part.
What's that?
You can go ahead and begin to make a nice little mountain of potatoes in the middle.
Potatoes. I'm excited to taste these potatoes, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And while you do that, I'll take our little fish here. Take these buddies out. So now we're gonna unveil our fish.
Let's see the
Drum
fish.
roll. We put a little slit there. Okay. There you go.
That looks like the best grilled grouper I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Oh man, that's beautiful. And it smells divine. You know, okay, we're gonna slide this over and bring this over on top of here.
Nice.
Your level of gourmet just went through the roof.
Exactly right, with just a simple dish, a simple recipe.
She's all of a sudden now the most eligible bachelorette in Nassau.
Oh, I'm not eligible bachelorette.
Oh, you ain't?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'm the most eligible bachelor.
Well, you can cook, so.
Especially after this fish.
That looks really good, though.
Okay. So,
and of course, let's just go back to the pouching of the fish. We pouched it because, like you said, you wanted it to kind of pressure cook to get all those flavors from the vegetables, from the onions, and the what is this that we use? The fennel and the tomatoes. So this is really good. I love that.
So we'll add some of the.
Oh, look at that!
Right on the top of there. Gourmet-ish dish that took no longer than 10 minutes to make.
Definitely. Now, before we dig in, I have to toss it to a break. So sorry to tease you guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back, you guys. This is Chef It Up, and it's time for our taste test. Again, Chef Petty whipped up a smashed potato, a mix of Idaho potatoes, sweet potatoes. We also have our poached fish that we smothered in some herbs, and we wrapped it up in some foil paper and just let that simmer down for a bit. And on top of that, we have our root vegetables. So we're gonna dig in now and see exactly how this dish came out. I'm going for the potatoes first because I just love mashed potatoes.
Yes, and of course, smashed potato?
Smashed potatoes, my bad. Really good.
Yeah,
buttery.
With the help of Chef Ayafia.
Perfect hint of salt, not overdone.
You get the little oregano in the back there? Who would think like oregano was such an incredible potato spice?
Yeah.
Or herb.
And now I'm gonna go into the fish, which is, of course, we said is lionfish. This is something that people stray away from, but I absolutely love it. It's not scary. Once you get somebody to treat it properly, once they've caught it for you, you're good to go. So
yeah, once you clip the barbs off, then you're pretty much good. If you don't cut off the barbs, then you probably need to get the paramedics real close first.
And that's really good.
I can't wait.
It's so soft and fluffy.
Right.
And I think poaching it literally brought out all of the flavors even more, you know?
Wow. Because you could actually taste the fish.
Let me get a little vegetable in there.
Yes, and that's the broccolini.
Our broccolini, which is really good. So Chef Patty, this is something that anybody could do any day of the week, whenever they feel. It's a simple dish. It's not too fussy, but it's still like give you that hint of gourmet.
Yeah. Did you get a bite of the fennel?
I did.
You see that?
It really is like perfumey. So I like that.
It kind of, like when you plug in a Christmas tree and it lights up, that's how it like, the flavor of it just lights up.
I could taste it
all over your taste buds.
All right.
This is delicious.
So tell our viewers, where can they get the ingredients for this dish? Where can they find the recipe?
Well, definitely. You could get this and many, many more recipes. It's easy. There's a couple of ways. You can either hit me up on Facebook. I have a couple of pages. I have Island Flair Cooking School if you want to take up some straight up cooking classes. I have Chef Jamall Petty. You can hit me up there. That's where I post a lot of pretty cool dishes and other things that we experiment with from time to time, and even pop-up dinners. Because like once every month we go into a space, totally recreate it no matter where it is, and turn it into a restaurant for foodies who like a really different dining experience. And then of course you could email me at islandflair@gmail.com, and I could forward this to you. I could add you to our mailing list and the underground diners list. You need to come check some of that out, where you could you could see what this world that exists that some foodies don't want anybody else to know about.
Y'all holding out on us?
We try to keep it on the wraps. We keep the numbers down.
Well, thank you so much for that, Chef Patty. And of course, you can find me here in the ILTV kitchen on our next episode. This has been Chef It Up. I'm Anthea Smith. See you next time.